Hello and good morning, you two. How are you doing?
Hey,
Hello,
Arrow,
Eric.
thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Before we even get started, I realize we're celebrating National Anime Day, but listeners need to know that you celebrate anime every day because your podcast is so in touch with the anime world.
Yeah, this is basically our Christmas.
Yeah,
Your Super Bowl of anime.
yeah,
Exactly.
But you know what, though? There was once a time where we didn't have people such as yourself to be able to say, hey, look, man, this is where it's really at. Because we would sit in our bedrooms and we would feel like nerds because our animation or just any type of cartooning was so different than everybody else's.
Exactly. It's so interesting that you say that because on our show, The Anime Effect, we like to say the nerds are finally winning. The geeks are having their day. Because growing up, it wasn't like the cool thing to read manga, which are Japanese comic books, or watch anime. And I think it's really, really an awesome thing to see it moving more and more into pop culture. Yeah.
What I love about it is that the younger generation is trying to draw it. And plus, with today's modern day technology, they're actually creating little shorts with that feature anime.
it's so great because the going back to Leah's point and your point also, Arrow, is as we were growing in anime, it wasn't as accessible. We were in our little anime clubs, but now because it has become so accessible, and because there are so many different kinds of genres that are available to watch on Crunchyroll, like it's activating everybody. Everybody's being creative, and the younger generation sees themselves in these stories. So of course they're gonna want to draw them and create their own, and I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Was it a check in the win column when Regal Theaters decided to stretch out like a 2-month long anime festival?
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. And it's crazy because modern directors as well, grew up watching anime. Even if it wasn't quite as accessible now, there's Dragon Balls and classic movies. Speed Racer is an anime. And so you're seeing directors like Jordan Peele, for example, reference anime in his work. And you're seeing so much mainstream artists, even in music and fashion, taking inspiration from anime. So it really is stretching out of that niche. And I think as more and more people find it as a storytelling medium, I think they're falling in love with what anime can really be, because it's not just a single genre. It's a storytelling medium, and there's something for everybody in that.
Well, I was shocked that Michael B. Jordan used anime or that type of anime in Creed 3. I mean, when I learned that, I'm going, of course he did it.
Yeah, he had a lot of references in Creed 3, whether it was Dragon Ball or Naruto, or he's been somebody, as well as Meg Thee Stallion. Both of them have been, flag bearers for, the genre, especially for younger audiences, because you see them, a lot, so it's been great to have them, flying the flag for us. And even, directors like, Leah said, Jordan Peele, Guillermo del Toro has been, flying the flag for, animation as being a great storytelling medium for a really long time. And he's, always been a staunch anime supporter. So it's been absolutely fantastic.
But to that point, for anybody who is totally lost here and it has not interacted with anime, we do not want you to be intimidated.
Please
that's something that we like to do on the Anime Effect is, provide a space for people who are hearing about anime, are seeing it, but, maybe have never interacted with it. We want to be your jumping off point and be your friends hanging out on the couch, no dumb questions, give you recommendations, tell you what we're watching, and really, bring you into this welcoming community of geeks and nerds. And and that's the cool thing now. That's
the one thing that I love about podcasts is the fact that you give me time while I'm driving or if I'm in my own private space where I can sit down and learn something. That's who we are as a generation right now. Teach me something new so I can go explore.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
So now you're going to think I'm insane, but I swear I saw anime in the recent WrestleMania. Am I wrong? Wait, come on, there was some stuff going on there.
You were not wrong. Speaking as the wrestling correspondent for the Anime Effect, you're definitely not wrong. Wrestling has always embraced the what anime is. I mean, especially because you have so many wrestlers that have been a fan of the genre for a really long time. Whether it's been Keith Lee, who was one of my favorites, or Cody Rhodes, who's also a big video game guy, or Seth Rollins. Like, those guys have been very integral to kind of spreading anime, as it were, to the wrestling community. And even the New Day, how can I forget those guys? Those guys are huge anime fans, and they always represented on the gear, or if they're in their entrances. So yeah, it's everywhere.
I would love to walk with you in public just to see what you look, what your reaction is when you see people who are wearing the anime fashion around. Because that's one thing about the T-shirts and stuff like that. If there's a rock star on their T-shirt, it was something they bought. But if they have something anime in their shirt, you're gonna get a story.
Yeah, it's like the Spider-Man meme. We just start pointing at each other and we start having conversations about what we've been watching this week. But no, it's great because it also. One thing that we want to express on the Anime Effect, and Leah brought this up earlier, is that it's community, right?
Yep.
And when we see fans out in public that may be wearing Naruto, or wearing Dragon Ball, or Sailor Moon, we can say, "Oh, hey, you're into that too," and it sparks a lot of different conversations, and where it just proves that we're, as a community, we want to be warm and welcoming, and invite you to our orange Crunchyroll couch to hang out. So.
How do you see anime evolving? Because it does look like that it has changed over the past 10 to 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think accessibility of anime. I think
Agreed.
Whether fortunately or not, I am a member of Gen Z. So anime was a little bit more accessible to me growing up. But, back in the day, you had to work really hard to find translations or complete sets of different shows. And I think one thing that's really great about Crunchyroll is we've got it all there at the click of a button. Any genre you're interested in, pretty much we are like synonymous with anime and have accessibility to all that. And so I think, the younger generations have to work harder, so it's easier to jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah. Where can people find the Anime Effect?
Crunchyroll presents the Anime Effect. We are everywhere. So
Nice.
Wherever you listen to your podcast, on the Crunchyroll YouTube, we're on Crunchyroll, and we release new episodes every Friday. So please come and hang out with us. If you guys ever have questions, or if you want to, shoot a recommendation at us, put that in the comments. We're always going to see it because we love interacting with everyone.
Wow, this is so beautiful. I'm so glad that you guys take the time to do this, because you really, once again, you're taking it out of nerdhood is what you are, and you're allowing it to be a part of our community.
Yeah, for sure. We wear that badge proudly.
Yeah, we're glad to fly the flag. So yeah, definitely.
Please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Oh,
Thanks so much.
Be brilliant today, you two, okay?
All right.
For sure. Have a good one.
Bye.